Hello everyone, welcome to Technology Begins. In this video, we will learn about range function in a Python. So range function is mainly used with loop, and range function give us the facility to iterate over the sequence of integer values. Okay, so that is basically a sequence of integer value which are available in any sequence like list. So let's take an example of range function. For defining a range function, we need to write for loop. So here I am writing for number in. This is how you can write the range function, and range function is basically accepting the three parameter. One is starting index, second is ending index, and third one is step. And step is the optional parameter. If you are not defining the steps, then by default it will take value as a 1. Okay, so let's print number, and my starting index is 0 and ending index is 10, and I am not defining the step. We will see it later. And let's run this program. So as you can see, it will give us the output from 0 to 9. So our starting index is including and ending index is not including, so that is basically excluding the ending index. So this is how range function is working. Okay, and let's see about step. Currently we have not defined the step. So basically, what is step? Step is basically an integer value which determine the increment and decrement between the your range index. Okay, so this is basically defining the next, what will be the next iteration value for this loop by adding into the current index. Okay, so let's define the step value and try to understand. So that step value is 2. Default it was 1, and now we are defining 2. So as I have said, the step value is basically defining what will be your next iteration value. So our current iteration value, suppose 0, then what will be our next iteration value? So we have to add this step value into our current index, and whatever output will come, that will be our next iteration value. So what will be our next iteration value by if we are adding this step value into our starting index? So that will be a 2. So it will print, first it will print start index value, after that it will print 2, and then after 4, 6. Okay, that step value will be added into the current index, and it will define your next iteration value. So this is how step value is working with this range function. The output is like 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, and if I am adding step value will be 3, then your next iteration, what will be your next iteration value? So add to the current index, and that will be your next iteration value. So my current index is 0 and I am adding this step value, then my next iterating value will be 3. And what will be next to next iterating value? So that is 3 plus 3 means 6. So this is how it will work, like this: 0, 3, 6, 9. Okay, so this is how steps are working. And what if you want to write this for loop and this print statement into the one line? So in a Python there is a concept called list comprehension. Okay, so how we can write the list comprehension? So let's declare one variable called L. For list comprehension, you need to define a list, and list you need to write the variable whatever you want to print. So you want to print number. Okay, after that you need to write for loop in range 1, or we can say 0 to 10. So this is how you can write list comprehension. Okay, so basically this is the list which will return us the value number, whatever for number. Okay, this number variable, you can choose anything whatever you want. Okay, and we will get the output as the number. So you have to write this value number over here, which variable you have defined in the for loop. So you will get output accordingly. So I will get the range of 0 to 9, 0 to 10 element inside of this list. So this is called list comprehension, right? I hope you understood the range concept and the list comprehension. Okay, so this is the compact way we can say, in the one line we can return the list of or list or sequence of variable, right? Or we can use, instead of range function, we can use another iterating variable also. Okay, so this is how list comprehension is working, and I hope you understood this concept. And thank you. See you in the next video.